Ladies and gentlemen, this is Maestro Paul Geraci, fencing master with the USFCA and the International Academy of Arms, here at the 2022 Ascalon Sword Festival. We're about to see the gold medal match for the junior women's foil event. On the left, we have Greta Deback from Grand Rapids Fencing Academy in Grand Rapids, Michigan, versus Daena Talavera on the right from the Fencers Academy in St. Louis, Missouri. In the booth with me, I have Dr. Joseph Streb, 16-time world team member and 5-time national champion. And we'll be calling the action here for the finals.
Good to see you, Maestro Geraci. Here we go. Junior women's foil gold medal bout, 15 touches, 3 3-minute periods. These are both very experienced fencers. And there's Talavera with the attack that arrives.
And first off, we notice that Greta is a left-hander versus Talavera, the right-hander.
Yeah, some right-handers are put off by fencing left-handers, but I think both these fencers have a lot of experience. In fact, I know they do, so Miss Talavera will be experienced with fencing left-handers. Deback with the attack that's parried. Riposte arrives. Talavera, 2-touch lead. Replacement arrives by Miss Talavera, 3-touch lead. Miss Deback asks for a video review of that.
I think her coach was saying that she was off the strip or outside of the fencing area. I don't think so, but let's check the video replay.
She definitely stepped off at the end, and in fact, it looks like she was off before she hit. But our fencing officials, it's up to them, and they may see it as a continuous action.
And they do. And so Talavera will enjoy that touch. And that's one challenge that Greta Deback doesn't get back now.
Greta being a little more offensive now, and it looks like she was going to get the touch there, but slipped off. And Talavera with the off target. I had a chance to watch Miss Deback in her bout before this one, and she was being very defensive. I only saw the end of the bout, but she was voluntarily giving ground and being fairly defensive. Of course, she was ahead in that bout, but it ended up being close. And she's being a little defensive. She was being defensive early on. Now she's trying to change, come forward, and hit something.
Well, she gets hit in the preparation by a counterattack there that lands off target. And she's got to fight from behind now. She's down 0-3.
Yeah, I mean, she has a long reach. If she can find the open line here with some long attacks, I think she can get back into it.
Remise of attack. It lands off target. She's escaping. She counters, but the attack is still...
Deback attempted there to feint forward, drop back, and then come forward again and try to catch Talavera in preparation. It didn't work out.
And there's what looks like a...
beat attack by Talavera off target. Talavera's shown very good point control so far in this bout. Once again, Deback gives up the attack, goes defensive.
I almost feel like Deback could be... several times she could have set up a getaway go.
Attack off target. Deback hit first, but Talavera had the right of way.
Yep.
Talavera's picking up the blade here, trying to pick up the blade.
There's the attack.
It arrives.
And Talavera scores her 4th point in a row. Greta Deback's coach issuing instructions. She makes the attack. Riposte is off target.
One line. Talavera picked up the blade. It looked like she was a little short on her initial action, but was able to replace, get a 1 light. 5-touch lead, that's significant.
It is. And you're right, Talavera has had marvelous point control. Back might be a little flustered. She's got to control her emotions here.
Deback goes to the back. Doesn't get a light. Deback just having trouble finding the range for her finishes. Infighting, no touch. Eventual off target stops the action.
Yep.
Let's see if Miss Deback can find a way to get on here, get the point on the target. Tries a flick, doesn't work.
And there's a counter riposte, and that looks like it scores.
Work.
But that touch seems like that took a lot of work. That was a lot of effort put into that one.
And she's going to have to put a lot of effort into getting back into this.
A replacement is off target. One minute left in the first period. Back with some feints. Long attack. It's evaded.
Well, Miss Deback got a bit lucky on that. She missed, and then she really didn't get back very quickly. Could have been hit there, but avoided it.
There's attack parry riposte, and Mrs. Remise is off target.
Miss Deback's coach telling her to set up her finishes. But she's still ending up short.
It's also difficult sometimes when you get your opponent down at the end of the strip. You don't have really time to build momentum with your footwork.
Well, that is true. There she lands one.
But now she finally lands. Maybe she's finding her point. And that's 2 in a row for Greta Deback. 2, fencing 5. Deback comes forward. Parry. And Talavera is completely off the strip on that one.
Because of all the counterattacks that we see in foil these days, fencers have to come forward with shorter steps, and that means they don't have the momentum that you were talking about going forward to finish those attacks. There's a riposte and a nice one.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait,
whoa.
opposite from what I saw.
And that will prompt a quick replay challenge from Greta Deback. And I think this one's going to be reversed.
I can see the video that our fencing officials are looking at. Looked like a clear parry riposte by Ms. Deback to me.
I agree. So that's going to make the score 3-5 if they reverse it. And I think they will.
I believe they're going to reverse this as well. They should.
I think they're checking to see what the score was to make sure that they got the right scoring. And so the score is 3-5. That is a parry riposte for Greta Deback. 30 seconds left.
Ms. Deback being aggressive and lands one. That's exactly what she needed.
And that's 4 points in a row. That's really bringing back the bout.
Let's see if she tries to do it again before the end of the period or whether she gets defensive again.
Yeah, there's something about getting greedy, but we'll see. You do have to ride it while it's...
Well, she does, but she kind of stops. I think if she stopped too much there, her attack will be called over. And the second action, and I think that's the way it's going to be called.
I think both fencers stopped, though. It's really who started first again.
Miss Deback started the attack first, then she stops. Yeah, she completely stops, and then Talavera takes over.
And you're right, Joe. That's how they see it. High tempo. Deback really moving those feet. Explodes out with a lunge, but it lands off target.
Only 20 seconds left. Miss Deback could just try to ride this out here, get some coaching.
Yeah, it's best not to push a bad position. And there's 2 other periods left, so there's plenty of time.
See the short steps?
Yeah.
And then she can't get a big fire off at the end. But that's foil fencing these days.
And time has expired. Time has expired, and we go into the minute break.
Well, that may be a good thing for Ms. Deback. I think maybe a little coaching will help her.
And I think it's a good thing for Ms. Talavera as well because, you know, she suffered so many points in a row. That's got to be a little disheartening. She's got to compose herself and figure out how she's going to finish this, because it's still early in the bout. We've got 2 periods to go, and we fenced to 15 points. So it's only 6 points. That's far from being over.
Yes, this bout is not over. I agree with you 100% on that. Miss Deback seems to be getting a little bit of the necessary tempo and preparation to hit some attacks, and we'll see if Talavera continues to go back and give her that opportunity, or whether now she comes forward off the line, tries to catch Miss Deback in preparation.
Right. Well, she definitely exhibited a faster tempo towards the end of that period. We'll see if she comes out with a hot tempo or if she gets a little bit more laid back. See how she wants to play it. I see those small steps. I think she needs to mix up a combination of long and short, fast and slow. But we'll see.
Well, they kind of have to take the small steps to not get too close and give it the counterattack, be looking to pick up the blade on the attacks and the preparation of the counterattacks. But then you need to bring that back foot up a little bit, so that final step you can get a bigger step, get some power on the finish,
Right.
and get some better distance on it.
That's a little trick from saber fencers sometimes.
Oftentimes it's used in saber, but we're seeing a lot of saber techniques coming over into foil.
We are.
As well as epee, with all the block out
Yeah.
counters and
Yeah.
block out parries.
Here we go. Second period. 6 fencing 4. Talavera over Deback. And there's a riposte.
Talavera decides to be a little more offensive, picks up the attack in a preparation, parries it, hits the riposte to the back.
And
Very
there's
nice.
another
Very
riposte. And
similar.
It's in the same line.
Well, now this Deback has the problem again, overcoming the 4-touch lead.
And the referee, I think, wants to check the replay on that one. Not sure if the counter was in time or not. Let's take a look. I think it is.
I think that it's off target from the right.
Well, let's see. I'm not sure what exactly he called, but no point is awarded, so attack, parry, riposte, riposte misses, and the remise scores. Both fencers slowing down a little bit, except the point
off target. And that's what she needs to do. She needs to be a little more offensive again, like she was at the end of the last period, try to close the gap here.
That time they both played kind of slow until the moment, and then they both exploded into their lunges. And I think we have an equipment issue.
I think we have a hair adjustment issue.
Yeah, it's not a problem for people like us, is it?
No, it isn't. Well, we're seeing, a lot of saber influence also in foil with respect to how the referees are calling the right-of-way, with the fencer who gets the point out first being the one who's awarded the touch. So that ends up creating a lot more situations where we have attacks into preparation than in the past. In the past, the foil fencer had a lot more opportunity to do compound actions and still get the touch. There's Ms. Deback with an attack into preparation, but it gets parried. Riposte arrives.
Looked like Deback kind of tricked her into making that attack.
I think that's what Talavera wanted to have happen. Blade control action by Talavera, and she finishes.
I think Deback knows that she could have scored on that one. She's kind of kicking herself for it. Riposte is off target.
Same thing. Talavera doing a good job of controlling the action, coming forward with small steps, looking for that attack into preparation, then parrying it, trying to hit the riposte. That time she was off target, but still a good idea.
And it looks like the remise of the attack is off target.
Talavera looking for blade control, and then she'll try to finish if she gets what she wants out of the blade control.
Attack, parry, riposte, and the scores for Talavera, taking a 10-6 lead.
Deback with a long attack. It's parried, riposte arrives.
And that's 11-6. Now that's a significant lead. That's something to, she's going to have to change her strategy here. Attack, parry, riposte is off target this time.
Talavera giving ground, just waiting for the attack so she can try to parry it. She tries a ducking counterattack. It's off target. Not a bad idea, but...
Well, if nothing else, it breaks up the rhythm and makes
there's the riposte.
Makes Deback worry about something else.
Yeah, Mrs. Deback looks a little dejected at this point. I think it'll be difficult for her to get back into this, but she has to figure something out. Now she's going to give ground, try to look for Talavera to come forward, take too big a step, hit her with a counter action, but Talavera looking to pick up the blade, which is the right thing to do here.
Okay. And there's a beat attack from Talavera. Looks like it scores.
I think Deback just missed the pickup on that one. Ms. Deback didn't like that call, but she's out of video challenges, so she has no choice but to accept it. I thought it was a good call.
And the attack here is from the right, and it lands off target. Talavera, if she scores one more point, will win the gold medal. This junior women's foil event.
Oh, she got what she wanted. She got that attack into preparation from Deback, which she parried, but then she missed. And Deback picks up a touch. There's the
attack,
riposte.
parry, riposte, and that'll do it. Daena Talavera, our junior women's foil gold medalist.